Hello viewers, well we're back in the crew. It's been, my goodness, 10 years since I first started covering the crew, probably E3 all those years ago, and we're back. The crew, Motorfest, we're going to check out some of the gameplay here, go through some of it, give you guys some feedback on the game, and look forward to seeing what it's all about. This is a preview, but it's pretty positive. Had a lot of fun enjoying this. Let's just take a look at some gameplay action.
Look alive. You're at the Motorfest.
So there's a powerful, punchy intro to the game. Gets you into it, testing some of the different cars out, giving you a showcase of what you can expect during this event that's happening on the island. I remember when I first saw the trailer for it and I thought it looked good, but going back to Oahu, I think what with this being where Test Drive was made in the past, I thought wouldn't it have been nice to have gone somewhere different. I'd always seen the crew as a continent game rather than an island game in that way. But either way, it's lovely to drive around the island and see these streets again. I've still very much enjoyed it, and there's so much to explore because there is so much they can do with this island in remaking it this way. It's a large area, there's a lot of races and areas to discover, and it's not just cars, it's boats and it's planes as well, but we focus very much on the cars on this demo. Now I've had a few hours to play the game, get into it, give you some of my early thoughts. Now, first thing is there's a lot of playlists in the game. I haven't gone through all the playlists, so I'll take a look at a couple in a moment, but let's just talk about some general driving. So we start off with the Japanese car tournament. I thought, go on, let's get into that, see what it's about. And they kind of dress the island up, give it that Japan feel, and culturally the type of cars and how they drive. And this is where one of the first things that impresses me. It's the onboard in-cockpit cam. Really nice cockpit cam. I would actually say this is one of the best cockpit cams I've seen in a racing game. It's been a while because what the car's moving the wheel, whether it's, I don't know if they're all 900 degree, but if they're at least 360 degree, and the way that he rests his arm on the door or might adjust the mirror. There's lots of little things that your character does, but just general moving in the car. Whatever car you're in, there's always some nice intensity. I was driving a Nissan GTR on one race and it was just rock solid intensity from beginning to end, and driving a Ferrari as well. It made you feel like a badass, even though the game is arcade and it's in many respects pretty easy to play. You still feel that you need to hit those apexes and get it just right, and there's a wonderful feeling that it gives you. So the cockpit cam is the one I ended up using predominantly just because it felt so good to play. So well done to whoever's done this cockpit cam. I was talking a few weeks ago about Forza Motorsport, and there were a couple of little things. There was the way the wheel was just like that, just still when you're going down a straight. Here, not the case. You're going down a straight and you'll actually see the car bobbling, the character moving. Really gives that nice intense feeling. Doesn't affect the precision in terms of the play at all. Works very well indeed. So gold star for the cockpit cam there. Getting into the tournament, there's loads of cars in the game. There's lots to explore. You work your way in. You'll be testing the different challenges, downhill drift challenges, stuff like that. The drifting mechanics are pretty easy. I haven't been through to see if there are any options and how different assist options are working in this time. I just had a quick playthrough session, but the way the drifting mechanic works is you just sort of touch the brake. If you turn in hard enough to a corner with enough power, the wheels just automatically start spinning, so you have some control through the corner, and then you're just controlling where you want to be with the drift. It has a way that makes it feel like you're in control of the car but at the same time makes you feel like a badass even when you've had limited play time. So I like what they've done there, and it gets more people into it. Drifting can be very specific and very challenging for people to pick up and play, so they've got those elements. Also, I was noting that the game was gradually increasing the AI level as I was continuing. It would ask me, do you want to increase the AI? I would say no, I want to do some more races with the AI as it is, and then I will come back to the game and do a few more races, get good, win a bit, and realise let's up it a little bit and a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is be barely winning a race and then up the AI and you're finishing near the back the entire time. You've got to find the right balance for you, and that depends a lot on understanding the car you're using, car handling, and just all-round course knowledge as you improve at the game. Now, one of the tricky things with your driving also depends on the surface and the vehicle you're driving with as well. So for example, I chose the Enzo Ferrari at one point in the game, and the Enzo Ferrari is really not suited to off-road racing. Who would have thought? I didn't know it was an off-road race at the time. Was very challenging. I say was very challenging, because you had to just keep it in control, minimal power. Was a struggle on some of the off-road surfaces. Luckily it called upon my rally skills I've developed over the years. Again, that Nissan GTR race I was mentioning earlier, that was a total highlight. So you go through your different playlists. You've got your Japanese playlist. You've got some high-speed racing as well. They've got some F1 type cars in there. Then you've got your tour of the island, just again, scenic tours, off-road, driving along the beaches, driving in your camper van. That was quite a long race as well. Some of these races are quite lengthy. So really nice, fun races. The tracks are well thought out. They work well in the environments. The roads are a bit wider than real roads most of the time. I kind of wish they were a bit narrower actually. The narrow sections are sections where you really feel that you're racing hard, and it's more risk reward, if you like, in terms of making car placement correct. But then I don't really know how the game progresses. So in terms of online features, there's a whole bunch of modes there to look forward to as well. I will just point out as well, classic cars. Nice to see the classic cars making a return to the game. They really do add a little bit of atmosphere to it. They also add music, which supports the car that you're actually driving. And of course there's a lot to look forward to in terms of the online betas, and with massively multiplayer online, a game like this can really come to life. I've got to say that of all the Crew games I've played, I always enjoyed the ambition of the first game, but I think from a technical perspective this is the first Crew that really brings all those elements together from a launch. We had the, I forget what the upgrade was, we had a big upgrade to the Crew and a graphical upgrade to it. Then the Crew 2 came out in 2017, and now it's been this long wait, but with the technology's really catching up. Now, I do want to point out that I tested this game using a remote play system, something like Google Stadia, something like that, and I was well impressed with the latency, or lack of, in terms of the issue. There was no issues for me playing the game. There was times when the frame rate would chug and it would struggle for a moment, it resets itself. But in the main, all of this play that you see on the video is from a remote play session, and it worked very well, just a lower resolution. So I just wanted to point that out. So lots to look forward to on the game. I don't have all the information on it. I'm just looking up as I talk to you. I don't have all the information on it yet, but the world is absolutely massive. I will point out also, I tested some boats. Why not? I really liked the boats in the previous game. You'll find that the rivers are quite calm, the sea around the island is very calm, and then you go out into the ocean and it gets rougher and rougher and rougher. I don't know why, but it kind of tickled me when I saw the head movement on your chap as he went over the waves. He really does. He wouldn't survive long like that without a whiplash injury, but it was rather entertaining. And I just did like the feeling of the water on the boat. Everything about that was really nice. Takes me back to the wave race stage. It makes me realise how much I miss having a proper water type game. There's a lot of atmosphere you can get from that. So that area of the game wasn't explored in this demo. Also, I did some flying around in the planes. Again, pretty much what you expect in terms of the Crew 2 to the Crew Motorfest. We've done it before, but the planes work very well. They're very playable. There are plenty of unusual cars in the game. The car selection is vast. I'm well impressed with the selection of cars, and also tested a Formula 1 car as well for just no reason other than I had the opportunity to jump into a Red Bull, go for a spin. Lots to see, lots to do. I spent a good 3.5 hours playing the game, exploring the island, doing all the different, completing the different races, going through the different modes, and there was still lots and lots to explore once we get online proper with lots of players. I'm impressed so far. I think looking at the games coming out later this year, we've got the Crew Motorfest and Forza Motorsport. Both of those games cater for different audiences. Racing game fans have got a lot to look forward to. But I look forward to covering this game more in future detail on a future video. But that's it from me for now. Do like and subscribe if you support me and if you like what I do. And as ever, there'll be more from me very soon.
Hey there. Word in the street is that you shine like a real hasheria with my NSX. Got me interested.
Well, then I believe you're in for a treat.
Oh, yeah? Well, bring it on.
The show continues, kid, but watch out. You're driving Ren's Skyline this time, and there's no word to tell you how crazy she is about that car. Can't blame her. The R34 is a legend.
It's a kaiju.
Skyline is an icon. It's a powerful car that takes skill to control.
Yep. Ren spent years taming that beast. That car got nicknamed Godzilla for a reason.
So basically, you crash Ren's car, better leave the planet.
That path is perfect to get a taste of the Wangen spirit, an absolute myth among Japanese street racers.
Yeah, picture the Tokyo Bayshore route, with one thing in mind, never slowing down.
In a Wangen race, you gotta go fast, Bren.
Well, guys, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. This is the Skyline we're talking about.
These dragons are massive.
You got a wish to make?
Sharp turn. Careful.
Reminds me of that time Shingo missed a turn during a midnight race, supposedly because he was dazzled by the moonlight.
Oh, shut up.
I remember that. happy to know that the Skyline has once again shown its supremacy.